You are tuned in to the New Old Heads podcast, premiered every Thursday at noon at bringingdowntheband.com and brought to you by No Bad Ideas, Coleman Dental, and Printfinity. Support the New Old Heads by visiting our Patreon at patreon.com/newoldheads.
Episode 69 of the New Old Heads podcast.
I know what it is.
I do make beats. I have the hard drive to prove it. I do want that smoke. Directly in front of me, the maestro Lonegevity is in the building.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing great.
That's great. How's everybody else?
Okay.
All right. Is that what we doing?
Little cocaine. This is what happens when I talk with a definitive voice.
I like it. We can go with that.
I've sampled that. I like it.
I like it.
It's in a beat.
Oh, I get publishing?
No.
Okay. Moving on. Diagonal is always nobody's favorite is what I like to call him because he's mad underrated on that DJ tip.
Damn, that's fucked up.
DJ Jay Diff.
That's the
Actually,
most
salutations.
underhanded diss
No,
slash compliment.
He's nobody's favorite because
Nah.
he's underrated.
Actually, I coined that myself.
Okay, I was just
I
making
got-
sure he wasn't trying to
I
start
got
off this
5%.
thing
I
the
got
wrong
5%.
way.
He
I got
doesn't
5%.
have any
Yo.
percent.
I ain't get
of that.
5%?
No,
I'll vouch for it.
nah.
That's how
that's not
publishing
how it
works.
That's how publishing works.
That's not how it works.
Nah, but I'm sick of my man not getting love because he's cold as a DJ.
Nah, that's
so
cool.
you know we gotta support our own.
It's
God
all right.
damn it.
Salutations. Anyway,
Yeah, he nice.
We
he
good.
nice.
we good.
Yeah.
No need to raise your voice.
Yeah, we
do
are.
have
I'm
I'm
my
sorry,
calls.
man.
I mean,
Don't
shit.
worry about
He's
it.
pretty good, man. I'm just saying.
Don't worry about it.
How are you doing, Michael?
A little emotional right now, man. I like to
Nice.
see, I like to see my homies win. So we'll go
I
down
mean,
there.
we winning regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. I like that.
Yeah,
Give
that
me
doesn't-
some.
Yeah. And
That
Caddy
doesn't
Quarter to
mean
me is
anything.
Jay Moore, of course,
Oh,
in the building.
Jay Moore, the voice of Indianapolis, and Mr.
I'll
Wavy.
never say that about myself, but I do appreciate when people say
That's
it.
what I call you. Yeah, he's
Okay.
the voice of Indianapolis. Mr. Wavy, light skinned girls be loving me now.
I would never say that about myself.
That's
and
okay,
others
I
shouldn't
will.
say it either.
I
Once
will.
again, in this era of Black Panther, I like
Yes.
them all skin tones and hair textures. I just want everyone to know that.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna continue to call you that based off the data that I see. But good to have you, brother, as always.
All right, once again, I'm glad to be here. You know, like I said, I even though I've been on pretty frequently recently, I still
yes.
consider myself to be a fan of the show. And the data does bear that out that I'm a fan of the show.
This is true.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you as always. Shout out to DJ Spoolz taking care of some business, but as always, sir, get back safe.
Yeah,
And,
he's still doing that Meek Mill thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's out
trying
there. He gonna free Meek.
Yeah, he is trying to get Meek out. So shout
And
out
when
to
it
Spoolz.
happened,
Yeah,
y'all know where you heard it first.
yeah, we broke the story here. Episode 69.
Y'all know what it is.
We go.
Mhm.
So we're gonna go ahead and
The
roll.
post Valentine's Day episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it's gonna be called?
Yeah, well, video was exposed, so we're gonna go ahead and go with the young lady that was featured in that video.
Okay, so this is going to be coined the Blac Chyna episode.
Yes.
Okay. Usually we
Yes.
go with an athlete, but it's episode 69. We're gonna go with the Blac Chyna episode.
Yeah,
Yes, a lot of foolishness going on out here. We'll get
Yeah.
to that though.
it will not be subpar as
Uh-huh.
per her head game was. Though.
Wow. I like how
Terry
you
broke
did
down the
that.
video like he was doing highlights
Hey,
on ESPN.
Look,
I
I'm
can't wait till we get to this part because it's clearly you have an analysis that you'd
just
like
a
to.
little bit.
Okay, fair enough. So let's jump into what Nas calls the Sly Fox. They back at it again. There's a Laura Ingraham is on Fox, and she basically was trying to get at Bron and KD.
Not to be confused with Laura Ingalls from Little House on the Prairie.
I see you.
And that happened
Yeah,
the other
I
night.
see.
I almost had to.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's funny.
Good call there. Appreciate you. So LeBron owns or has ownership in a company that does, it's called Uninterrupted. So they do a lot of viral stuff. And he and KD were with Kerry Champion from ESPN, kind of riding around through Akron. And they basically started talking about, Trump and his lack of attention to the world, basically, and how he's pretty much trash in his position, 45 that is. And LeBron says the number one job in America, he says the appointed person is someone who doesn't understand the people. And then he said, the interview added that the president's comments are laughable and scary at times. So basically, Bron is doubling down on what he's always said. He's been very consistent.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't rock with 45, and he's basically was clowning him. So Laura Ingraham on Fox, she saw the uninterrupted, I guess like a mini doc that they were doing. So she says it's always unwise to seek political advice from someone who gets paid $100 million a year to bounce a ball.
She also said he didn't graduate high school,
which was false. She said he left a year early. I don't know how that happens. But says keep the political comments to yourselves. Shut up and dribble.
Is Laura Ingraham a politician?
No, she's not.
Oh, okay. She just does a job on Fox?
Lone, I'll take it even one step further. Was Donald Trump a politician?
Not at all.
Well, he was a Democrat.
That's till there was a black president. That became
Oh,
a
yeah, that's right.
I always like to bring that
I'm
up.
going to borrow a segment from the Drunken Knights and go ahead and say,
Okay.
you bitch you.
Wow. Shout out to Brother
Just
to New see. Oh, you doubled up. I like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, you shouldn't talk about politics if you're not a politician. Shouldn't have
But
any opinions. And
She also had an opinion on sports.
wow,
There's a whole lot of tweets where she had opinion on sports.
indeed.
But athletes aren't supposed to have an opinion
Shut
on
up.
politics.
Just shut up and dribble.
But your president has a lot of opinions on a lot of shit.
I'm
You
coming
know,
your way, Lone. Talk to
It's
me.
just a double standard.
Yeah.
You know,
A big
so it's a dumb argument.
Yep.
Because he's an American, one, and he's entitled to his opinion, and he does a lot for a lot of people. The fact that he dribbles a ball, quote unquote, has nothing to do with that.
Shut up and dribble.
So
Well, I think
y'all can expound on that.
a lot of, because she picked out what she wanted from that interview,
Yes.
dog whistled it.
Yep.
And decided this is how we're going to discredit this person who is a role model, not just to the African American community, not just to the athletic community,
Yeah.
but really to America at this point.
Yeah.
Say what you will about what LeBron James does on the basketball court, but here's a guy who is basically ensuring that hundreds of underprivileged children go to college for free.
Yeah.
He spoke about race in America
Yep.
in an eloquent way that I think a lot of athletes of a previous generation want to stay as far away from as possible.
Yeah.
You know, as far as him having to view it dead on when his home in California was defaced with some racist graffiti.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, he's like,
Yep.
the work that I do in the community, the work that I do on that basketball court, my money, my friends, my connections, that didn't mean anything to somebody.
Yeah.
So, let's just be honest. She wanted to talk about his comments about Trump, but she didn't want to engage in any of the hard stuff. She didn't want to engage in any of the positive things about LeBron James. Because like I said, as much as I come from the Michael Jordan generation where I remember seeing, NBA on NBC was a big deal. That was a big deal. But I just remember Michael Jordan said as little as possible.
Absolutely.
We bought his shoes.
Yeah.
We drank Gatorade. You know what I'm saying? We went
Barkley
out.
had a whole commercial saying, I'm not a role model.
Mike went the total opposite direction on everything.
And as far as LeBron James saying, I'm going to make as much money as, because he's doing smart business. He puts his people in positions to learn from people, and then they're able to go out and make their own path.
Very high business acumen.
Instead of just
very high.
saying, okay, I'm just going to throw my boys a couple of dollars and then something's going to happen, and then whatever they do wrong, that's going to come back on me.
Nah, he set them up to win.
He set these guys up to win. He no longer is just dribbling a basketball, if you will.
The irony.
They're still going to be able to win. And see, that's the thing that is really upsetting the apple cart for a lot of people, because it's not just about, okay, we're going to be hot when we're still out on out on the court and going to all-star games.
Yep.
We're going to be able to set up not just my friends, but then they're going to set up their friends. And see, it's not just this, okay, once I stop playing big dog, stops making money, and now we all go back to the projects because we're broke and it doesn't work anymore. Because you see that with a lot of athletes.
Tons of them.
Here's LeBron James setting not only because he could be selfish. He could be like, okay, I'm keeping all this money, I'm keeping all this influence, but what he's done is he has set up a situation where not only he gets paid and creates a professional lane for himself after they're done playing, but he's done that for another large group of black men. And see, that's where, you know, if you really want to get into
Oh, you definitely could go that angle.
but also, you know, when she's talking about, well, just shut up and dribble, it's not about it's about what he said, because on Fox they have no problem inviting on Steven Seagal to talk about politics. They'll have Ted Nugent talk about, but they don't tell those people to shut up.
They
and
might
sing
even
or
get
shut up
Stacey
and
Dash.
You know, they
with
got
her
Stacey
ignorant
Dash.
I like that.
Come
You
talk.
know,
I like that.
she was
Straight
able to
up.
create a whole lane for herself well after her career in Hollywood was over. She was the go-to person to talk to.
Yeah.
And what political acumen does she have?
None.
See, the thing, the
She
irony,
wore
for,
skirts and shameless.
the irony for me is everybody talks about. He's true.
She was in. Wait, what? Say that again.
Was
Wait,
it
what'd you say?
Was it
Clueless.
shameless? Clueless.
Clueless. I was
Something
shameless.
shameless.
I was like, wow, I could watch the show again.
I must have missed that season. I didn't
They-
my on-demand game.
Everybody talks about making America great again. America, America, America. What better story of an American? Like LeBron, his mom had him when he was 16. They lived in 8 different apartment complexes. He came out the hood in Akron. To his point, he made something out of himself and also brought people along with him. We talking generational wealth now. He set his family up for generations and generations just off him being skilled and not only just being a basketball player that goes back to the hood broke. He used his education, his intellect, his business acumen to surround himself with good people.
Right.
So it's like that's a dope American story. And everybody talks about America, but it's like, nah, this guy's got to shut up and dribble. I just find the irony in that because that's the American dream. He is. He's an example of that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, no,
Well,
I
perfect
think
example of it.
we talk about that all the time. Like, you know, there are people who make excuses for where they are in life and be like,
Yeah.
this happened to me, so here I am, and I can't really, you know, because I'm not sure if anyone, have you ever seen the documentary about Lenny Cook? He's a basketball
yeah,
player,
yeah,
came out around the same time as LeBron.
Yep.
Had the same physical tools.
Yep.
And never even made it into the league. So the fact that LeBron made it into the league at coming out of high school,
Yeah.
where he graduated, by the way. Let's just get that
because
straight.
he left a whole year early.
Yeah.
Yeah. However that works.
And
Same college.
went
Fake
Facts.
news. Fake news.
other than I think maybe one time LeBron got a speeding ticket. When have we ever heard about this guy doing something just wilding out?
No, he hasn't.
He's
I mean,
been. If
not
you
at all.
want
He is the. I mean, you know, I don't have
Model
children,
citizen in the
but
league, if you think about it.
If I'm going to speak to someone and how they act off of the court and the things that they do for their community, LeBron James is the ultimate role model.
He is.
Jay Diff, I want to ask you a quick question on this one, and then we can go to the next topic. But Jay Moore and I were talking about the possible quote unquote racial undertones in what she said. Did that initially jump out to you? Because to me, the shut up and dribble, and what we talked about a couple others where she said talked about the grammar. She really shot down KD for his grammar and basically played these dudes like they just uneducated black athletes. Like, I think though there were undertones there, she played off the racial portion. Do you think that's a card that people are just trying to play, or did you kind of take it that way? Not really.
I mean, it's Trump's America right now.
I follow you.
You know what I'm saying? So whether we want to participate it or not, is what's going on out here. So people are real comfortable in saying whatever they feel.
Yep.
Whenever they want to say it. So I do think it had some undertones familiar to racial profiling
Right.
and prejudice. Because, I mean, just saying shut up and dribble, period, is like you're not good for anything but playing basketball.
Yes.
That's how I'm taking it.
Yep.
And he's making more moves than she is.
Or will ever make.
What has Laura Ingraham done for anyone?
Nothing.
I don't even know. Like, LeBron was like, I don't even know who she is. Like, he ain't even acknowledge
Yeah,
her. Like, I don't
mean,
even know who she is.
These Fox News correspondents are I don't even know, man. Where do they find these cats?
Sly Fox. Jump in, Long.
Nah, that just for me, it absolutely stuck out.
Yeah.
So
Well, no, I think there's always
I mean,
been.
it's always easy to me. It's always easy to see those points. You know,
Yeah, those quote unquote when they call it dog whistle.
Yeah.
Like when I hear certain things, I was like, I know what you want to say,
Yeah.
but you can't say that on TV. So what you're going to say is, you're going to make digs at his grammar. Oh, talk about where they're from.
Yep.
And it's almost as if to say, it's almost like you can't even call him boy, because it's like, how dare you speak on this?
Yeah.
This
Right.
is all you
That's
are.
where I'm
And
coming
that's
from.
the
So
double standard too.
That's
as
where I'm
far
coming
as
from.
with
All you
Janelle
should
Hill.
do is entertain me.
Right.
I don't want to hear your opinions.
Right.
I don't care how you think about what's going on in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever you have to say, unless you agree with me, is null and void.
Yeah, it's just
You
like
saying
when
about Jamel.
with Janelle, she said something off the record
Yeah.
and was reprimanded for that.
Yeah.
She's doing pretty much the same type of thing on the news.
Yep.
And I mean,
Double standard.
yeah,
You
But-
called it
nothing's
out.
happening.
Well, I mean, but at the same time, it goes back to the network as well, right? So the real fake news, which is Fox News.
As a whole.
I mean,
They're not
Staff
going to
record label
reprimand
and
her
her
I mean-
for
fucking
saying
crew.
something slightly racist.
Yeah.
That's their brand.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is their brand, you know, whether or not people acknowledge it or not, you know, whether or not the base of Fox News understands that necessarily
Yeah.
or acknowledges that. That's really what it is. ESPN's not necessarily known for that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shut up and report the sports, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, there you
Yeah.
go.
He's right about the brand. No, I don't think they acknowledge or want to be held accountable for their brand. Like, to me, it's clear.
How did
Like, it's
what's her name get
Well-
fired? The
good.
Tommy
Lauren.
How did she
Well,
get
she got
fired?
fired from the Blaze because she took a pro-choice stance, and that's not in line with conservative.
Got you. Okay.
So, but I just remember I was like, she'll bounce back and be on Fox News soon enough.
Yep, and she did.
What were you gonna say? I'm sorry. I think you were gonna jump in. I was talking about them, Fox accepting who they are, like the accountability for that. I think you was gonna jump in, mate.
Only thing I was going to say is this kind of mirrors a lot of conversations that sometimes I have about people not that will preach to me about how they understand racism and racists and what their definitions are,
Yeah.
but don't understand anything that we're discussing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
that's real.
And then they will chastise me in return for it. So
I've
it's just
seen
like,
it happen.
okay,
Well, a lot of
So-
times the conversation is somehow you're racist for even bringing up
yeah,
the conversation of race.
or
It's like,
you're contributing to it.
you know, it's
There
like
it is.
if I
There it
tell you
is.
about a genuine experience that happens in my life, all of a sudden I'm a racist. Like,
Yes.
why do you have to bring that up? It's 2018.
Yeah.
Race, like I said, there are some people who are like, racism ended when the Cosby Show came on, or whatever. Like they'll have some weird benchmark of why can't we just get over it? It was like, because it's still happening to us.
Right.
Just because you don't see a cross being burned,
Right.
or there's nobody there
It's
aren't
the benchmark thing that you're saying.
just
too.
because
Yes,
there
sir.
aren't white and colored signs above water fountains anymore, that doesn't mean racism left those people's hearts. You know, like the Civil Rights Act happened in 1964.
Right.
Okay, that we think just because it was in black and white, it was a long, long time ago. A lot of those people are still very much alive, and that happened during the formative years of
they
their
are.
life.
Facts.
So,
And they had kids,
yeah, exactly.
and their kids are, well,
Hell, they're my parents.
Yeah, you know, my
straight
parents,
up.
who I don't consider to be. I mean, they're older, maybe retired, but like these are still mentally sharp people who, you know,
Right.
this is the formative years of their lives.
Right.
Like the same way we remember sitting down playing, Nintendo and doing certain things. And of course, you know, space shuttle blowing up, and of course we saw certain things happening, but they remember the water hoses and, like, you know, they always talk about when when we had to go down south and how different it was. And, you know, even when my mom would talk about when she grew up in Kansas City, not even a southern city, if you will, about how when it was time to go to a amusement park, there was one day set aside for black people to go to the amusement park, and a lot of times the stuff would be broken, people would call off of work, so it wasn't even worth it.
Right.
You know, and like I take for granted that it was like, oh yeah, well, we went to Six Flags when I was a teenager. We just went. I'm only one generation removed
right.
from that.
My mother
Right.
grew up in the deep South, So I've grown up hearing stories about the difference and about certain things they could and could not do. And, it's just, you have appreciation for what you have when you hear about stuff like that.
Right.
Because it's deeper than black and white videos. It's real to his point. Like, when you hear some of those stories, you sit back and be like, damn, y'all had to go through that? Like, it was like that?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We can't think that just because we've made all this progress that there's still not so much more that we need to do.
Agreed.
But we just can't, like, when we talk to people, it's like we just can't get complacent and say, oh, well, we've done enough.
Agree.
It's okay now. So.
All right. Well, let's jump into 45 is right back. We can't shake 45.
Before we talk about 45, let's
Thank
at
you,
least acknowledge the incident first, which was more important
Than his reaction.
Yes.
For sure.
Fair enough. Good call. So there was a shooting last Wednesday, and I hope I said this right. It's Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. There was a young man named Nicholas Cruz came in and started firing off assault rifle.
A young terrorist named Nicholas Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Yeah,
call.
let's go
Young
ahead and
terrorist. Sorry,
call it
let me
what
get
it
that
is.
right. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Young terrorist, Nicholas Cruz. 17 people died. I think 3 or 4 teachers, students.
Students, coaches.
Coaches, yeah.
Well,
Coach.
at least one coach.
One coach, one athletic
One
coach.
of the kids actually was a U of Indy recruit for the swim team.
Wow. I didn't know that. I didn't hear that part.
Mm-hmm.
Very sad situation. We see the videos. We've unfortunately been down this road before where you see kids coming out of school and they're reunited with parents, and there's always that shot of the parents that don't get a chance to be reunited with their children. So how the young man, I believe he is
The young terrorist.
The young terrorist. He graduated from there, so he's, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years removed from going to
He's
school
19
there.
years old.
Is he 19?
I believe he was expelled.
Oh, he was expelled. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know he went there, but was out for some
And
reason.
the thing is, everyone was like, we saw this coming, which is what's really
thing
sad.
is, he had adoptive parents that
They
knew he had
passed.
guns.
Yeah.
He got I read somewhere he got bullied when he was there. Like, he was quiet. There were some posts of him.
He was part of a militia too.
Yes, sir.
So,
And you know what? One of the things and of course, he doesn't really think before he tweets. He 45 had said, we should have seen the signs of this, and of course, he tries to tie it back in the FBI and his investigation.
and Barack Obama.
Of course, but it was like, one of the signs maybe we should have seen is that he had a "Make America Great" hat on. That probably should have been something where we flagged him and saw exactly
Here's the
what he was about.
Here's the actual tweet from 45. He said, very sad that the FBI missed all of the many signals sent out by the Florida school shooter. This is not acceptable. They are spending too much time trying to prove Russian collusion with the Trump campaign. There's no collusion. Get back to the basics and make us all proud. It's from 45.
He was actually playing
That really,
a round
I'm
of
pretty sure
golf
that really comforted
yesterday
the
on President's
the
Day.
victims' families.
Oh,
what he
Yeah,
said.
while those funerals were going on.
Yeah.
In the same state,
I did
maybe
not,
30 to 45 minutes away
I did not know
from, I believe, like maybe 2 of the funerals that were going on.
that. I did not know
He was
that.
playing a round of golf.
This goes back to what I said a couple episodes ago. He is not capable of basic human compassion. He doesn't know when to put his own agenda aside
Yep.
and just show some sort of decency
Yeah.
at this point. Because say what you will, like I said about President Obama, but when Sandy Hook happened,
Yep.
I don't know what the political affiliation of the parents
Or
were
even
of those
Bush.
of those slain. Yes,
Or
exactly.
even Bush.
Yes,
Yeah.
if we're going to go take it there.
Good point.
Both of these men were able to, like when Bush went to 9/11, when President Obama, I'm sorry, President Bush, let me go ahead and give him his proper respect.
Yeah.
When President Obama, engaged with the families at Sandy Hook, I mean, like, even if they didn't vote for him, I'm pretty sure they were comforted by his words and his kindness in
Right.
that moment. And he didn't make it into a political situation. Yes, he said a little bit about gun control, but I'll tell you this, and because I know this might surprise some people who are listening, because I'm pretty sure they are just resigned to thinking that the new old heads are this bastion of liberalism and
I like
leftism.
Bastion. I like that.
I've held an AR-15 in my hands.
Okay.
I get it.
I've got a gun permit in my wallet.
I don't think they should be banned. I really don't. But you know what? They need to have the same restriction on them as far as age as handguns have.
Yeah.
You can't get a handgun until you're 21.
Mm-hmm.
You can get an AR-15 when you're 18. What sense does that
What
make?
type of sense does that make?
You know,
Well, some shotguns and stuff.
well, because they consider them a
even,
rifle.
Yeah, it
And
doesn't
we're-
even have to be 18, I believe.
We're still talking about, we need to defend the homestead from varmints. No, that's not what's going on here, especially not with an AR-15.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
And-
like that scene from The Wire when Bunk shot the mouse. You remember that?
and
He's like, nah, I shot him.
and the thing is, I want to say up until 2004, someone will probably check me on this. I read a whole bunch of articles this week. The AR-15 was a banned rifle because they felt it was something that gang members would use in urban communities.
Mm-hmm.
And somewhere along the way, that gun got taken off of the ban list, and it's been selling incredibly well to, unfortunately, people who have committed mass shootings. And
I think something similar happened with the Uzi, too.
yeah, the Uzi, the AK-47,
Yeah.
these were all things that they were on that list
Big
because
ring.
they were involved in certain crimes. But like I said, I don't think banning the AR-15 is going to do anything. But telling people they can't have it until they're 21 would have helped here. Had Donald Trump not repealed the Obama
There it is.
policy of
Yep.
keeping guns and having extra checks against people who have mental health issues,
Mm-hmm.
that would have saved
There's that phrase again.
those two particular things. You can never know, but they may have saved 17 people's lives. So I am pro gun, but I'm also pro gun control. I think you can see the thing is we have it set up in our minds that you can't be both.
Right.
There's some kind like we're gonna need to close the gun show loophole. We need to do that.
There are things that can be done if we're going to not ban everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just not going to happen.
it's
That's not
It's
realistic.
not black and white.
They're not
you
going to
know?
ban guns, and they're not going to go and get everyone's gun out of their house. Because it's really sad, and this just speaks to where we are as a country. When the Las Vegas shooting happened, and they found out the guy used a bump stock to basically make his gun an automatic rifle, while America's grieving, what happens? You can't. Bump stocks start selling out. What kind of sick foolishness is that?
Probably because they think they're going to get them off the
America.
market.
Wow,
America.
that's
Yeah.
America.
I don't personally really feel either way about it. I'm more passive in general.
Mhm.
I've got no inclination to ever want a handgun or a gun at all. I never really want to have one. Don't think I ever will. But I'm not 100% either way. I think it would be an interesting. I'm actually very interested in certain studies. When are we all familiar with what they did in Australia after the
I am, so I don't want to speak for everyone here.
I mean, so there was a mass shooting in Australia. They was like within the month. I think they did not a full ban.
Mhm.
It was a partial ban of certain types of weapons, and they haven't had. Please tell me if I'm wrong, but they haven't had a mass shooting since.
No, they haven't.
And this is '97.
I was gonna say I feel like there's a chart or something that's gonna back that up. Yeah,
And I've read multiple stories and stats on this, but
since '97.
since '97,
97.
that's
Wow.
right after.
mean,
So
this-
and it happened within a month after this
Yeah.
mass shooting. So.
Yeah,
And it wasn't. And again, I don't think it was. It wasn't a full ban on every weapon. I think it was just specific weapons.
Mm.
Again, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
No,
They will.
okay. Yeah, they
I
will.
mean,
But that's dope. I didn't.
Well, the arguments against that is that it can't be done,
Okay.
or that America's too big.
Okay.
And
it's
all
not
those
that
things.
I don't think America's too big. I think people are too ignorant to fully understand what the problem is. So they point blame at things that have no correlation.
Mhm.
There was the shooting in Vegas just happened when this past summer.
Later than that, wasn't it?
Later.
Yeah, I think it's a little later than
I
that.
think I don't think it's really been 6 months. Has it? I
Okay,
don't know.
so
I was
this happens far too often,
Mhm.
and I've seen people saying all you're getting from your politicians and the people that hold office
Mm.
are thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
There's nothing being done to try to rectify the situation.
No plan is put
and,
in place.
and I'm with Jay Moore as far as
October 1st.
being for people owning guns, but there are certain guns that people really shouldn't have You know what I'm saying? There should be some kind of regulation that goes into it. People drive cars. You have to go get tested.
Yeah.
Drive with somebody. All of that. Those same regulations aren't involved with buying guns.
Facts.
I mean, so you need to know how to operate a gun properly. You need to, you know what I'm saying, go through the checks and balances in order to be able to operate or own one, I believe, to a certain extent.
I feel like if you have a home, you have a family, and you have the right to be licensed.
Yeah.
And to have a handgun to protect yourself if need be.
There have even been studies against
You know
that
what I'm
too,
saying?
that even if you have a handgun in the house, that it won't save you.
It won't matter. Well, it could be. I'm just
I don't
going
know.
off.
I beg to differ on that.
I'm going off what I would feel.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be cool. It would be okay to do that.
Yeah,
if you
I
wanna
beg to
protect your
differ on
family,
that
but
study.
I'd
though,
like to
because
look that up.
If I'm strapped and somebody's walking through the door,
I think the study was based upon having a handgun locked away and somebody breaking in, and then you having to go and unlock your handgun and getting it
that's
out.
why
in
you
time.
get that safe with the fingerprint joint. Just boop.
See?
Oh,
Well,
you gotta be
grab
balling to
the
have that
mug
gun,
out.
don't you?
Not really.
Oh, okay. You can get them at Target.
I mean, I don't know if you can get it at Target.
Okay.
Since when did Target start selling guns and shit?
I mean, I'm talking about the safe, man, not the pistol.
Hey,
But I think the major point, I think the major point here is
Right next to
is
the
one that
potato
Jay Moore
chips.
said, which was which is simply that nobody's coming to take guns away.
Right.
nah.
But that's always
They
the
took our
narrative.
guns.
That's
Right.
always the narrative. That's
You know,
because you know what? When we were in the middle of an economic recession, almost depression, in 2008, do you know what never stopped selling? In fact, as soon as Barack Obama became president,
What's that?
sold through the roof. People didn't have money for mortgages, didn't have money for new cars, didn't have money to even save or go into the stock market.
But
Guns shot through the roof because there's this narrative that if there's a Democrat, especially a Kenyan Muslim as your president, he's going to come to your house and take your guns and ban your guns, and they couldn't keep guns on the shelves. You know, because I know we haven't really spoken really on the NRA and their response, but the thing is, there's a real misconception about who the NRA are and who they represent. The NRA is not about gun owners.
Nah.
They are about defending the gun manufacturers. Okay? They're not about your Second Amendment rights. That's how they play it. But this is about stock prices. This is about shareholders. So when you have that understanding, that's why they have to always change up their, you know, now that we have a Republican president who's pro-gun, if you will, that's why they have to talk about, okay, you know, some of these protesters in the street, they could make their way to your neighborhood. There's been a complete change in the narrative that the NRA has taken on because they want you, you have to be scared of something.
have you? So just today. Wait, what is today? Is today the 19th?
2020.
All right. So
20,
yesterday on Facebook, the NRA's official Facebook page shared this picture, which says it's a billboard that says "Kill the NRA."
okay.
And their caption says, "Here's an image from Kentucky this morning. To all American gun owners, this is a wake-up call. They're coming after us. Like and share to spread the word.
They took our guns.
Wow.
Yep.
They're coming after us."
They're coming after us.
Yeah. Get out
We
of
see
here.
that.
So make sure
Yeah, put that out there.
you buy the AR-15 of
Yeah,
the bump
get that.
stock. They probably got a link. So you have to inflame the fears of gun owners. So
And
now the 15 guns that they have in their house isn't enough.
It's not enough.
It's not
Not
enough.
enough.
Let's
I mean,
get some more.
And like I said, I don't really go one way or the other, but I wouldn't be upset at all if guns disappeared. I just don't think they
I can
will.
respect that.
Oh, I wouldn't
can
either.
respect
But at
that.
the same time, I can't act like I haven't. After I held an AR-15, if they weren't so expensive, I was really thinking about getting one
You
for
can
myself.
actually get one for a pretty decent price.
Well, you know how I am with cars.
Yeah.
I'm not going to own a gun that costs more than my car.
I like that. I like that.
That's fair.
I like that. That's a grown man right there.
yeah,
I like
that's
that.
fair.
I like that. Okay.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah. Speaking of
Man, what you talk about a
incredible transition.
Right.
Incredible transition. So, the Black Panther craze is everywhere.
It is.
Rightfully so, though.
It's beautiful. I like it.
I just love it.
I like it.
But we all were talking about a different angle on it. You know,
let's
what I'm
talk
saying?
about the positive first.
You wanna do the positive?
Yeah, let's,
All right.
let's talk about that.
So
first.
the movie is dope. It's just dope. Like I get.
Yeah,
it's-
Lone still hasn't seen it, so
Yeah,
we
so-
can't really.
I'll
So I
just
ain't gonna
say
go too
this.
far. I ain't gonna go too far because Lauren seen it.
It's in my top 3 Marvel movies.
It's
Look,
amazing,
oh, yeah.
man. It's
See,
an
see,
it's amazing experience.
The colonizer's supposed to wait till the next week.
Exactly. We've
So, I gotta
advised all
wait.
the colonizers to not go
Yeah, so if
until
y'all-
the second weekend.
There was some colonizers in my.
Yeah, y'all.
Well,
the
they
colonizers.
didn't get the memo.
Yeah. Shout out to the brave colonizers though that went.
Came
you know what I'm
out,
saying, on opening weekend.
Sat next to
Yeah.
somebody in the kente cloth and just
Yeah.
enjoyed themselves.
And
I
disclaimer: nobody got hit in the face.
Yeah.
No blood was drawn.
Nobody was
No.
throwing acid
Yeah,
on.
no, none of that happened.
We respect y'all, the colonizers.
See,
for
I would have
trying.
went if I was invited though,
But
not like in that way. I'm not a I'm just not I'm not a Marvel comic book head like that.
hey, man,
so,
I'm not either. I can admit that. I had to. Sometimes I have to ask. Let me talk about it.
Yeah, but at the
is
same
it DC
time,
or,
at the same time, you're black.
I
and
am.
I'm not. So there's that as
yeah,
well.
and that is a huge part of this
So,
overall
you know.
experience. I thought it was amazing, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, I
It
know we're
was-
not
it
doing
was
the full.
all worthy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all. It was all
No
worthy.
spoilers here. You can
Nah.
keep listening. We're not going to go into
We-
details. Of the
Yeah,
movie.
the movie is amazing. But what we can go into detail on
Who? What?
is this foolishness that I'm seeing on my timeline. I'm sure you gentlemen are as well.
Yes.
And this happens a lot, and it's very annoying to me
Very annoying.
because I'm to the point now where it's very frustrating to be chastised by Facebook warriors. And
The social media warriors.
the
period.
the woke was out this past weekend. I'm talking about out, and everybody that I see is trying to kill the experience. Oh man, why you guys out here so excited about this movie? It's not gonna help the chicken shack on 55th.
Bruh.
It's not gonna help the cleaners on Knife and whatever. It's not gonna help the
Your kids still getting discriminated
the
against.
laundromat on Stony Island. Like, why y'all so excited about that? Man, kick rocks.
Man. It's so many Sour Patch Kids out here.
That's
They
but
just joy stealers.
here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Sour Patch Kids though. They mad corny. Here's why. The people that are doing the chastising about the overall experience of Black Panther aren't doing anything to offset it. Like I'm like, okay,
Nothing.
so you're mad at us for having a good time, but you do own a black bank account, right? No, you don't have that. But you do have a plan in place to save Black America, right? No, you haven't done that. So you did contribute to Colin Kaepernick's funds that he funded, or I'm sorry, the charities that he put money towards. Y'all did contribute to that, as you tell me not to enjoy the movie, right?
They haven't even bought
No,
a
you didn't do
Printfinity
that.
shirt.
You didn't cop the Printfinity shirt yet.
Exactly. Not even supporting black business.
Yeah. Come on, get out of here.
But
Kick rocks.
for some reason, you guys are foaming
Just
at the mouth because I had a
Got
good time.
so
at Black
many
Panther.
ideas and explanations as to why you shouldn't be excited about it. You shouldn't enjoy it. Who's getting paid off of it? Why does this particular movie have to be the one where everybody has to just discourage you and piss on everybody else's parade?
Did you see there was actually a petition where they were like, yeah, 25% of the profits should go back into the black
Yeah, I
community.
seen that.
I was like,
It's
first
just,
of all,
it's just extra, man. It's a freaking. At the end of the day, it's a Marvel movie based on a character that was brought about in the late 1960s. Black Panther is not anything new.
Yep.
All my comic book heads know that.
Okay.
This didn't just come out this week.
Right.
It's been out forever. Wakanda has been something forever.
I see you.
Killmonger has been out for a long time.
They say he's from Harlem instead of Oakland. Is
Hey,
that right?
yeah,
I mean,
they made some
I
changes.
don't follow the
Yeah.
story, so I'm
I
asking
mean,
y'all.
but the director is from Oakland. That's the reason
Okay.
why he changed the location.
Shout out to
I
Ryan
can dig it.
Coogler. He puts
Straight
on
up.
for his city.
And check out what was crazy. So this is a weird kind of connection. So you know the Black Panther Party started in Oakland, California.
yeah.
And then to have that, even though it has nothing to do with the Black Panther Party,
Right.
it was just interesting to see how that
Yeah, they
kind of played out.
pamphlet game was high. It
Well,
was out there.
And
Straight up.
and the thing is, once again, we've talked about, or you guys have talked about, I may not have been on that episode, where we talked about the fake woke.
Yeah.
The people who love to put things on social media but don't like to actually put on. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Just like you spoke on a little bit, and I talked about this a few episodes ago. The people who are like, I didn't watch the NFL. Well, good for you, but don't tell me what you didn't do. Tell me what you did do.
Right.
You
Boy,
know,
you
when
better
I
say
went
that
to go
again.
when I went to go see it on the west side of Indianapolis, because that's how I told everybody I was going to go see it. I was going to go see Black Panther with my people.
Okay.
Shout out to the sister who went and charged her phone right before the movie started.
Okay.
You know, they were registering people to vote
Yeah.
in the lobby. Do you know what I'm saying?
You don't say
But-
actually having action.
But
Yeah.
at the same time,
What a concept.
that same person would be like, voting don't change nothing. And it's the
man.
lesser of two evils. See, the thing is, there are people who are just never going to be
Never
happy.
going to be satisfied.
And it's always going to be something, well, the Black Panther, really, it's not about that. And really, we should have, it's.
Let me
like,
ask- let me-
like, it's almost like there are people who see a certain level of joy
You got it.
in
or you
people's
want-
hearts.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay.
And then they're like, we gotta shut that down. We got to talk about how the money's not, how the white man is getting all the money and all this. I was like,
Go
you're
ahead.
posting this from a Samsung
Yeah.
phone
Made in
on
Korea.
Facebook,
Yeah.
owned by Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
We see you.
Get out of here, man. It's just, man, so I've even seen people saying they didn't tell the right story and they painted us in a negative light.
How? Where?
Are you saying the same thing when Platoon came out
I see you.
and it was a bunch of people just killing each other? Who cares what's going on?
Yeah.
I seen somebody say something about black on black crime, some bullshit.
For this movie?
Man, this is Africa.
Yeah, that was.
Africa is built with tribes
Yeah.
that would go at each other.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not about to spoil the movie, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for you to have that big of an opinion about a Marvel movie, you should probably get yourself a budget and start writing,
Yeah.
shop your shit,
Yeah.
and possibly get yours produced.
Man.
That's
And then-
what Ryan
and then-
Coogler did.
Yeah.
And then tell your own story, right?
Tell your own story.
His first movie cost $900,000.
Right. And that
He
was
just did it-
Fruitville Station.
Yeah, and now he's doing $200 million movies.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Let me. Here's the thing. I want to
Come
say
on.
this. I want to say this too because this is a personal experience. I took my little cousin to see this movie. He's about 8 years old. He is, man. Oh, I thought he was left. Go ahead.
It's just something relevant as I'm scrolling through
Uh-oh.
social media.
What you got? Is this fresh news? What we got? I
No.
like that.
some fresh hate.
Pretty much.
Anyway, I'll tell my story. But
Yeah.
he's 8 years old, and we go see the movie. Now he's the one that his name is Duran. He keeps me updated on the Marvel. You know, he's a Transformers guy. Like he's in that. This is the era where he can go on YouTube and find anything. He knows all that. So we're watching the movie, and at the end of the movie, he says, "I said, what'd you think, man?" He's like, "Yo," he's like, "This is awesome. I love it. This is awesome." Then he's like, "It's really cool that there's a lot of black actors in this one. Like, it's cool that there are a lot of black people in this one." And that was the point where it clicked. Like, it's not about the Sour Patch Kids. It's not about the fake
not.
woke. It's not about the hoteps. It's not about none of that
No.
corny shit. It's not about corporations. It's about that.
Yeah, think
It's
about
a-
it.
yeah.
So you got kids that now live in a world where they have seen a black president.
Yep.
So that seems regular to them.
Yep.
They've seen a Marvel movie filled with black actors, set place in Africa, even though it wasn't shot in Africa. I've heard people even say that.
It
Well,
wasn't
wasn't
shot
even
in
shot.
that, yeah.
Who cares where it was shot at?
It was shot on a blue screen.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And
None
then
of this stuff is shot
he
on
just
He
showed
location.
me
did go to
some fake
Uganda, though.
news.
I looked that up.
He
They
just
did go to
showed me some fake news on his phone, and
Uh-huh.
it's comparing, contrasting, comparing Black Panther with
Birth of a Nation.
with Birth of a Nation.
Really?
I went and seen Birth of a Nation, so I wasn't even. I'm not part of all the people that were saying chose Medea over.
Are you talking about Birth of a Nation, Nate Parker,
Yeah.
or Birth of a Nation?
Nate Parker?
Okay.
Nate Parker.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But it
Who
was fake.
cares who's making what? People that look like you made good off of this movie.
But why?
Yeah.
Somebody that looks just like you wrote and directed this movie.
But why can't this movie be an inspiration tool? Like, why can't
Exactly.
this start the process of what the Sour Patch Kids want
Because
to
people
happen?
are joy stealers. They don't want to see you happy.
Maybe that's what it is.
I
Because
saw
It
a
makes
video.
them feel a certain type of way.
I figured it would
So
be
they
inspiration.
wanted to rub it. They want to rub how they feel off on you, and try to make you feel uncomfortable for some whatever reason.
Go ahead, Jay.
I saw a video. It was two young boys, and They had just come and seen the movie,
Mhm.
and they said, "I'm that guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm that guy."
Yeah.
All of us have been that kid.
You know, and it
You
was,
know what I'm saying?
and you got to understand. I'm thinking about the history of American cinema.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a movie set in Africa with all black actors
No.
that didn't have us feeling some type of way at the end of it?
Nah.
And when I say in a bad type of way, I mean like I don't, because every time, even when they do set movies in Africa, it's usually white people in them,
Or the lead character is like,
or like the lead characters, like because I'll never.
Oh, that's another thing. They was talking about how the CIA dude was white and
Look,
y'all are making an issue out of every fucking thing under the sun.
You do.
Let the movie breathe. Watch it for what it is, and take it as that. I mean,
there's just like you said, they're just the Sour Patch Kids, where I'm going to start using that.
that's a really
Yeah,
good
we
That
on
is
that. That was
awesome.
you. We got to give full credit. That was you, right? Sour Patch. Okay, yeah. I don't
to
want to take
where
no- Yeah, that's dope.
you know, like they'll get on you. They'll get on you for watching Black Panther.
yeah.
They'll say you shouldn't. You can't do this. It's like, well, what should we do? It's like, I mean, I can't sit and look at Tariq Nasheed and Professor Griff videos all day long. Sometimes I gotta give myself a break, man, because this like this ain't like, you know,
Yo,
if
he's
you
a savage.
you have to find, like, if you can find some joy in seeing all of these beautiful. And the thing is, like, you just imagine.
I mean,
do you know how hard
gorgeous.
it? Do you know how hard it was? Probably they probably had a conversation with somebody that was like, "Well, could you sneak just a few more light skinned people in?" Like, there's,
Hey, man.
yeah. This was a movie set in Africa with black people in
And
it.
even so, Doug, Sir Doug,
Yeah.
Shout out to
Oso
Doug
Entertainment
also, we see you.
is actually over in Africa right now, and he
Yes.
spoke about his experience in Africa watching Black Panther
Right.
and how the people that he was with spoke that language.
Right.
And while they're in the theater watching the movie,
Yeah.
they were excited because on the screen they're speaking the language and dialect
Yeah.
that they grew up speaking. You know what I'm saying? So it's not
Yeah.
just touching people in the United States.
That's
This
dope.
this is touching people all over the world, man.
Yeah.
And for people here or wherever they decide to, stem their hate, I don't understand where it's coming from and what the purpose of it is.
There's a difference between having an opinion on something and being like, hey man, you know what? It's just not for me. It's cool. I thought it was okay, or this and that. Versus just stripping all the joy.
I mean,
from
if you're
someone.
just campaigning
Yeah,
day in
that.
and day out as to why
yeah,
you shouldn't mess with it and the story should have been this, and
yeah,
they didn't tell it the right way, and I don't like how they.
Yeah,
Man,
I almost
get
had,
over it, move on, man.
Yeah,
it's not
I-
real life.
I almost had to stop following Dr. Boyce Watkins over the weekend. I was like, man, come on, you. Like, is it that serious? But at the same time, he'll do like a whole diatribe about movies he hasn't even seen. Like he was like, why? What was that? Girlfriend's Trip? What was it this summer?
Girls Trip.
Girls Trip. He did like an hour and a half video about why the movie was problematic, and the movie wasn't even out yet. And I was like, I don't even know if the movie's an hour and a half.
this be the
Like-
same, this is the same dude to be shooting videos threatening Umar Johnson. They beefing like they
No,
rappers.
that, I think
And
no,
they
I
supposed
think
to be woke.
yeah.
Man, never mind.
But it's but hey, all I'm saying, everybody go see the movie, enjoy it.
just have a good
You know,
time,
don't
people.
Please.
like people mad because people are there in dashikis and
Man,
if we could give
It's cosplay.
we out here putting on for Africa and you mad at that?
Man,
Somebody dressed up as a Jedi or Harry Potter, nobody say nothing about that.
There's a whole freaking land at Universal Studios for Harry Potter, where you can buy wines and you can wave it at signs,
Drink
and,
butterbeer and all that.
butterbeer.
Yeah.
The shit actually tastes pretty damn good. I had some. But like, it's like people are walking around in like the cloaks and all that shit, and that's not a problem. And people go to the movies to see Star Wars, whatever, and dress up. Who cares? And now, since Black Panther is out,
We actually repping Africa, and
Yeah,
showing
that's
pride
a
in our
problem.
heritage. It's like,
and people
man,
are
look
like,
at this.
"Well, y'all don't wear it any other time." And who?
First of all, you don't know what this is
Exactly.
kicking off. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm
Hey,
just
man,
saying.
Sour Patch Kids is dope. We gotta
Yeah.
try to we gotta keep that moving because you might be onto something there. I like that.
Right on.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. Bottom line, go see the film. It's great. I can't wait till Lone sees it.
I'm gonna go see it again. Probably.
Yeah, we
this
if y'all
weekend
want
or
to, we
something.
can actually go see it. You know what I'm saying? With an what we call
We can go to Flicks because we can get beer and
Colo-
stuff in there.
Mm.
Flicks is the
First of all,
Flicks is
I-
the look.
First of all, I
If
live,
you want to go to Carmel.
first of all, I live on the west side. You can always bring your beer into the movies.
And there we are.
Shout out to Jay Moore breaking rules out here in these streets.
Straight up.
Shoot, they got a Save-A-Lot right next door. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Quick thing
Buy them
though for
high-ass
you,
snacks.
because I know you fool with Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. The CIA
Willie
guy.
Baggins. Never forget Willie Baggins.
And shout out to Willie. The CIA guy is Bilbo.
No,
Just
for real.
you know, yeah. I didn't catch it because his hair. I had to look
Bilbo
at
or
it.
Frodo? Bilbo?
Bilbo.
Yeah,
Bilbo.
Frodo.
From the
yeah.
Hobbit. It was
Bilbo.
Bilbo.
Young Bilbo.
Yeah, he's in that mug. So
Habit
Big
of a
feet.
Hobbit.
In fact, yeah, they was
Big
both of those characters were in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
yeah.
So they were the two Tolkien white characters.
Yeah.
Ha!
Hey.
Bars.
I like that. Huh? I like that. But yeah, go check it out. It was
Check
dope.
it out.
Great experience.
Man, if somebody got something negative to say about you watching the movie,
Send him to Jay Diff's page. Sour Patch Kids. Straight up.
hey, get them together.
I can't wait to. I hope we get comments on this one because I usually go to the left. I'll in and out hopscotch on some
Yeah.
of it, and then I'll sit back and watch Lone cook or shout out to Metronome. They be cooking, and then they'll come out.
Mhm.
But I might entertain some of these because these arguments are trash.
Crazy.
So if y'all want to come on over, we might have a little time. I can talk about this one because y'all killing me.
Today
with this,
I got
man.
time. Cuz.
Yeah, I got a little time on this one.
What we got left, man?
All right, so we talked about the name of this episode, right?
Oh, we're there.
So you said if I'm not, and I don't want to
Jay Diff
misquote
wants
you.
to go in
Yeah,
on
I don't
this.
want to misquote you because I want to make sure we're accurate with the information. You said you had an analysis of, Blac Chyna was out there as we always say. She's out there busting it open.
Busting it open.
Now, to
Blac
me, this
Chyna.
is about publicity, obviously, and she's going to go through the lawyers, and she's going to try to say she was shamed, and nobody wants to see it was wrong to have somebody leak it, which I can respect that. Nobody wants to technically have that leaked, so I get it. I understand that. I can respect that. But it seems to happen a lot, so I'm starting to think: is this just for you trying to get some pub, or
who knows? I also
what?
heard she busting it open for buckets of chicken. Possibly.
hold on before I laugh? Hold on before
before
hold on before I laugh. Now, what type of chicken is she
I
busting
don't know.
open for?
Allegedly, the guy is an employee with KFC.
Oh.
Allegedly, but I mean, I don't know if that's
So
true
you
or not.
saying you saying he gave her a family pack before she busted open?
I heard she was out here
Probably
like
so.
this.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my problem with it. So
Hold on,
you got
she
Black.
how many sides she get with the family pack?
She probably had like some biscuits,
some potato wedges.
yeah, definitely had some
Yeah,
potato
man.
wedges.
He brought it on.
You got to get the KFC coleslaw. If you don't like coleslaw, KFC coleslaw. is
So he
good.
brought it. So let me get this
Coleslaw is
right.
trash.
We
Nah,
trying to
not
tell
KFC
we trying
coleslaw,
to tell
sir.
stories here. I want to paint a picture.
Go ahead.
So did he bring that home and like he set all the containers out on the counter before she started busting open? Did they eat first
Man,
or what?
that might have been the after
Okay.
the session, but
What you see, man? Because I didn't.
I just want to address this. It's not really an assessment on what happened.
Okay.
It's just her lackluster performance or lack thereof
Okay.
of her 69. Well, not necessarily 69 because she wasn't getting served at the same time.
That is this episode number.
It is this episode number, but if she gonna step up to the mic,
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason for her to be playing around. Because I'd have been shitty if that was me.
Yeah. How mad you'd have been?
I mean, I would have told her go ahead and stop. You know, I
Okay.
mean, there's no point.
You
Let's
probably
move
would've-
on to the,
you probably
to the
would
next
just
act.
you probably would just told her to stop and wouldn't made a plate with them sides, wouldn't you?
Maybe, probably.
Fair enough.
Got to get some honey and jelly on the biscuit or whatever. But I mean, this is Blac Chyna. You know, she talked mad shit. She was killing Rob all the damn time,
yeah.
and she just an ain't shit ass person.
Overall, as a record,
That's what I'm pretty much taking from this.
As
And
a
that ain't got
record-
nothing to do with her videos being leaked because I mean, lots of people got videos.
it happens all the
Regular,
time.
everyday, common person has videos, but
Sure.
I mean, for her to be out here like that, you know, from the what's that called, the gentleman club profession
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
originally, she should be a little more.
But what else she
Her
got
stock
going
should be a
on,
little
man?
higher
You know,
on
I
the
mean,
head
that
game.
what else
She
she
did
got
drop
going
some
on?
trash music to go along with the.
Yeah,
This is all
because she
promo.
want to be Cardi B.
This is all promo. I don't.
she
I
can't
don't-
be Cardi B.
No, she's not gonna have that success.
Nah, she should have just married Rob and sat her ass down somewhere.
I just think it's just so Kardashian-ish.
Because she
to
want to
keep
beat him
putting stuff
bad.
out, man. Yeah.
Remember, she was trying to change her last name to Kardashian.
I missed that. but I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I missed that.
Yeah,
But I'm not
Or
surprised. That's
market
trash,
herself
by the way.
as
No, that's some
Chyna
fuck shit,
Chyna
actually.
Kardashian.
Yeah.
What's her
Yeah,
first
that's
name?
cool.
Her
I
real
don't know
name?
her real first name.
I don't know her real name.
So she'd
I
be
just-
Black Kardashian.
Isn't that what they've been going for all this time?
Hey,
Hey man, get your boy, man.
it's the truth. Just get her
boy.
out of here with that lackluster performance.
Overall.
On the head game. That's
And
just-
ladies and
terrible.
gentlemen, this has been the Shade Room
Yeah.
portion
Yeah.
of the New Old
I'm
Heads.
just saying, man.
It
Hey,
is
like,
what it is. We are grown. We
yeah.
grown.
Oh, yeah.
We can talk about it.
hey man, like Sahai say, man, just get your money and get out the game. I guess. I guess that's what she on. So get your money and get out the game.
Kudos to homie if he definitely does work at KFC.
He's
That's
a
good
manager
look.
though, so we ain't
That's a
gonna
good
front on
look
him.
for him.
Oh, man, well, there
I'm
you
not
go.
fronting on him at all. That's
Yeah.
a
He's
good
out there
look.
making schedules,
Yeah,
hooking up payroll,
yeah.
making
Yeah.
sure everybody. Oh yeah, it's all good.
He might mess around and get a book deal or something off this.
might.
You know what I'm saying? He
He'll
might
be on-
get a check.
he'll
He might get a
he's
raise.
A hot topic. He'll be on Wendy Williams next week.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Hey brother, if you out there, man, eat off this, man. Eat off this.
if you want to come on the show
Yeah.
and talk about it,
you got to bring slaw though.
Yeah, exactly.
If you
You got to
gonna come
come
up
with a
here.
bucket,
Yeah. Original,
potato
Extra
wedges.
crispy.
extra crispy.
yeah, you can bring
Yeah.
some of that Nashville hot too.
Yeah, you know, I think
He
we
gotta
talk
bring
about
potato
how
wedges,
messed up
though.
it is sometimes where you get potato wedges and mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
we
stuff.
did.
Yeah. That's too Philly,
Yeah.
man. That's a
Yeah, I
lot of.
can't. That's a
mad
lot of starch.
Hey, they
Yeah.
potato wedges cold though.
They are.
for the record.
But you know who has the best potato wedges? I don't think they even have them in Indiana. But do y'all have Lee's Chicken?
Oh, that's the
Nah,
Anderson all day.
Lee's- Yeah, they got
Lee's
it.
and Anderson.
I didn't even know it was
Yeah.
in Anderson
Lee's
until
is-
recently.
Like
Yeah.
that's you know
That's a
it's-
staple. It literally was right
Staple.
around the corner from my house.
Okay.
too.
Staple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lee's Chicken is. People sleep on Lee's Chicken.
Shout out
If
to
he-
Lee's. Shout out to Lee's Gizzard dinners too. I'm
Oh,
country.
see, the thing is,
I'm
a lot of
country.
people don't mess with gizzards because
Yeah.
they
I
think
fool
that's
with
something
them.
real country. I mess with gizzards.
I'm
I
country.
get
Yeah,
you.
I can rock
Long,
some
what you know
gizzards.
about
Yeah.
Gizzard dinners?
I don't.
I don't know about a whole. I saw them as a side. I didn't know you could have whole
Yeah,
gizzard
I ain't-
dinners.
They got Gizzard dinners though. I'm
Like
country.
a bunch of little cracklings.
We covered a little bit of everything.
They get a whole
Yeah.
box of cracklings.
Yo, I want to just come
This
on.
is just
I
skiing.
want to come on an episode, or we can just record the content somewhere. I want to eat gizzards and cracklings with Long just to see how
Oh,
they
yeah?
like. So yeah, can we
See-
record that?
See who's the first to get diabetes?
Don't do that.
Hey, you know the Mexican restaurant? It's on. There's one on West 38th Street. I think it's called
He's a cornball.
Guadalajara.
He's a
Is that what
yeah,
it's
yeah,
called?
yeah, yeah.
It's like huge.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a
A
grocery store.
and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that. So there's one on the east side. I don't know if they sell them at the one on the west side,
Yeah.
but the one on the east side sells these big ass pig skins, or what's it called?
Pig skins?
Well, it's not a pig skin like football, but like a like what is that? What
Like
is that?
almost
Called?
like a
Not
piggy-
crackling.
almost like a pig ear for a dog, but
Yeah.
it's like for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that called? It's not
wait,
crackling.
wait.
It's not
Hold on.
It's
crackling.
not sound
What?
advertising at all, but somebody's out
You
there
know
like,
the
I know
little
what you're talking about.
puffy.
They're
Not
not
crackling.
hard as crackers. I know what you're talking
You
about.
talking about-
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Like the
I
chip.
don't know what he just
Talking
said.
about skins?
They're not
Nah,
hard
not
as skins.
skins.
They're
Like
not hard
pork
as skins.
rinds?
Pork rinds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they sell a big, like it's a big ass.
Bag.
No, it was one
Like a
big
trough?
ass one.
Oh, it's one big one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big ass pork rind.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
a whole.
It
like,
might be an ear
pork
or some
back.
shit.
It's a
I'm not even
big-ass piece of-
bullshitting. Like it's just a fried.
I have
piece
not
of
seen this before.
bullshit. That's what it is.
You gonna cop and bring one? We can set it
Nah,
on
I'm
the
definitely
table.
not copping.
Oh,
I don't mess around with that shit.
Way too many crumbs.
yeah, it'd be a lot of crumbs.
It's too porky.
Too big ass ears. Shout out to big
Yeah.
ass ears. Is there anything I'm missing music wise? I know Nipsey Hussle dropped his album. I don't know if everybody listened to it or not. I
No,
thought it was
I didn't.
dope. You might want to run that one alone. They got
I
some.
listen to
There's
it
some
a
good
little
production
bit.
on there.
I'm not a huge Nipsey fan, but
This one might bring you in though, bro. I think you should
It's
at least
real,
give it a
it's
spin.
real West Coast.
Real West Coast.
what kind of West Coast?
It's
Like that bounce, that it's that sound. You know that unique West Coast sound.
it actually sounds like it. Actually,
I wouldn't say like a Blue and Exile type West Coast sound, but like more like a L.A.
it's
West
authentic
Coast
West
sound.
Coast music. It's not
Riding around in a '64 with your shit on 3 wheels. West Coast
that type
sound.
of music.
Yeah, it's all right then.
You ain't gonna just say it's just all right.
You got to at least try it.
To me, it's probably just all right.
Okay.
But I'll listen. I might listen to
Yeah,
it.
give it a run, man. Am I missing anything music wise?
Nah, check bringing down the band for our music needs,
like that.
podcast needs.
I like that.
We do have hip hop night at Square Cat Vinyl today actually. So
Okay.
come check that out.
Thursday evening.
What time is that, Pop?
That starts at around 6, 7-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, I think doors might open at 6. Show might get started around 7, something like that.
Okay. Word, Jay Moore, you I know we always allow you to run your schedule down, brother.
Yes, indeed.
Pub
Yes,
that,
indeed.
pub that.
Tonight I will be at Tiki Bob's along
Okay.
with Action Jackson, DJ Lemmy Vice. We have a real good time there. Summer's about to come up, or next spring. This weather's finally starting to break, so
Yeah,
have a good time there.
What's that weather you called it earlier, Mike?
What's that? This that pneumonia weather.
The pneumonia weather.
Yeah, you mama say that.
Then we have the Bad Boy versus Death Row versus series party.
Okay.
That's going to be at the Epic Ultra Lounge in Castleton. So you could be able to get your tickets online at oldsoulent.com for that. Actually, I think they got a 3 for $20.
Yeah, I better get on that.
So definitely get your tickets in advance for that. Let's see. Saturday I will be at. No, I will not be at the Casbah because they're going in a different direction. So if you're looking to see any of your favorites at the Casbah, we're not there. So they're going for more of a brothers crowd.
Boycott that shit.
But with just less brothers, if you will.
We ain't rocking with the Casbah.
No.
Yeah, Jay Moore ain't in there.
Saturdays no more.
Yeah, Fridays and Saturdays, this is going to be a different thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. Sunday nights
Yeah, definitely Sunday.
are still always going to be live with DJ Indiana Jones. So definitely support them on that.
Yeah, we ain't going if you ain't there. I'm not.
And of course, shout out to everybody who came out to Coaches this past week. Saw Rob Swift. You never know who might fall through. So every Tuesday night with me, DJ Metronome, and whoever might fall through, it's all good.
I seen a real Rick Ross in Coaches one night.
That's what's up.
Just stumbled on him straight up.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I think that'll do it for episode 69. New Old Heads Podcast. Remember, bringingdowntheband.com. Everything you need, New Old Heads is there. Lonegevity, DJ Jay Diff, Jay Moore. I am Major 7th. I think that's it. Did I forget anything?
Patreon.com/New Old Heads.
I always
There you
forget.
go.
I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all subscribe. We got some cool stuff going on. And
Let us get $1 at
$1.
least.
Dollar
Just
holla.
one.
And shout out to Coleman Dental as well. 317-255-8546. Get your teeth right.
Printfinity.com coming soon.
We see you. And we'll see you guys next week. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Holler.
All right.